right, Ryan's Roses time, Kiss FM Los Angeles. If you've been waiting for it, let's get into it. I don't know where it's going to go. I know a few things. Let me just share with you the simple email we got for Ryan's Roses. Dear Ryan, Sissany, Tanya, my husband was spotted coming out of a coworker's hotel room with his shirt unbuttoned and carrying his shoes. Now, how can you justify that?
Can't.
Were there other people in the room?
I don't know. That was the entire email from Serena in Lakewood. So she's coming on with us now.
That's tough.
Serena.
Yes.
Well, we need to know a little bit more. Were there other people in the room? Was it a long meeting?
Well, okay. So he was at this work conference. So he works with quite a few women, and I've always been a little uneasy with it, but I've developed friendships with a few of them. And one of my friends called me after they got back from this week-long convention in San Francisco. And she says she swears she spotted my husband leaving the hotel room of a woman named Shiree. Now, I've met her, and I know she and my husband work closely together, but I haven't felt threatened by her before. My friend said his T-shirt was unbuttoned all the way down.
All the way down?
Yeah. And
so
he was carrying his shoes.
Okay.
And it was around 3 p.m.
And he does not know that you know this? Have you asked him about it?
No, because it's just hearsay, right? I need to know who the roses go to.
How has he been acting with you?
I mean, it's been fine. He's a little work obsessed, but we haven't been having issues.
And you didn't feel anything when you met Shiree that bothered you?
No, and they work closely together, but I guess I haven't felt threatened by her, like, outwardly.
All right. Well, I just can't figure out a justifiable reason that your husband would come out of a coworker's hotel room like that, sloppy like that, with the shirt undone, and
also in the middle of the day,
shoes.
like 3 p.m.
Weird, all weird. So maybe there is an explanation. If there is, hopefully we'll find out. Next, hold on 1 second, Serena. We'll get into the call. Ryan's Rose is right now calling her husband after this kiss. So if you just got here, we are into Ryan's Roses immediately. We're making the call. We just got the background from Serena, and she told us that basically her husband was seen coming out of a hotel room of a coworker in the middle of the afternoon on a work trip. A woman named Shiree. Shiree is the coworker's name. She's met Shiree, and she was not threatened by Shiree. She didn't think anything about Shiree that bothered her. But her husband was coming out carrying his shoes with his shirt unbuttoned. I can't think of any story. Can you think of anything that would make sense?
No.
3 p.m. on a work trip?
That it all sounds bad. And the fact that the shirt was unbuttoned all the way.
Yeah, the shirt and carrying the shoes is bad.
I understand maybe the collar being undone. I don't know. I feel like that's better. But
I don't know. There's not a lot of good. Serena is on the phone from Lakewood. So, Serena, I need you to give us permission to call your husband. Just tell us this. Just say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and then your husband's name. Go ahead.
Ryan, you have my permission to call.
Okay, we're going to do that now. How long have you been married to him?
We've been married 4 years.
Okay.
We don't have any kids, but we've been trying.
All right. So be very quiet. We're going to call him now and find out who he's thinking about with these Ryan's Roses. Is it Serena, his wife? Is it Shiree, his coworker, the woman you said you've met and you felt fine with her? You had no issue with her. Be very quiet. Here we go.
Hello?
hi, can I speak to Jared, please?
This is Jared.
Hi there. My name is Kendra. I'm calling from the Garden. We actually are a flower shop that deliver here in Lakewood and surrounding areas. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for asking. You know, we're offering a free promotion. It's a dozen red roses that you can send to anybody that you'd like today. They're absolutely free. I don't need cash from you, billing info, or anything like that. We're just trying to promote our business. Is there anybody you want to send flowers to?
They're completely free?
Free. I don't need anything from you. We can just start with the name of the person you want to send them to.
can you just send them to my office? I'd rather hand deliver them. The address is 7521
Absolutely.
North.
Yeah, hang on. We can do the address in just a second. Let's start with the note, and then we can get that all sorted for you.
Okay. Her name's Serena.
Okay. And what would you like to put on the card?
You can just leave it blank. I'll fill it out.
Are you sure? I have it all open and ready to go.
Yeah.
Anything you want to write?
No, I could fill it out. There's no worries. Yeah.
Okay. We have different types of cards. We have cards that kind of have like hearts on the border. They say, I love you on top, thinking of you, anything like that?
You can do the one with the hearts. That's fine.
With the hearts. Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jared, your voice is being broadcast on the radio. My name is Ryan. This is Sisney and Tanya. You're on the air. We have your wife, Serena, on the line. And she's reaching out to us about a woman named Shiree, which she says someone told her they saw you coming out of Shiree's hotel room while on a work trip with your shirt unbuttoned and your shoes in your hand. What was going on?
I am so confused. What is happening right now?
Yeah, Jada saw you coming out of her room, Sheree's room, with your shirt open.
Listen, I can totally explain that. Okay, so you know how I travel with that garment bag with my suits? And one of the shirts, it fell off the hanger. It was all balled up at the bottom. It got extremely wrinkly. I had to give my presentation. We were in a complete rush, and I couldn't wear that wrinkled shirt. So, yes, I went to Shiree, who was able to iron it for me in her room because, I don't know how to iron anything. And so she said to come to her room, and she said that she would iron it, and she gave it back to me, and that is it, and I swear.
So you stood in another woman's hotel room shirtless while she ironed your shirt.
Serena, you're making it sound way worse than it is. I am.
Well, why were you carrying your shoes?
Yeah, why were your shoes
Why
off?
do you have to have your shoes off?
Because Shiree said that they looked like they needed a polish, and I said,
my
might as
God.
well.
Dude, you just lost us. There's nothing about you that sounds...
swear.
Nobody polishes shoes anymore.
Dude, that's the thing. Like, yeah, what shoes are you shining with a washcloth?
Exactly.
Jared, look, we're going to let you go and talk to your wife here for a second. Serena?
Yeah.
I don't need to hear from him anymore. We've done this a million times. He's not being genuine. And it makes absolutely no sense that he would have his shoes off. And by the way, he shouldn't be in there asking her to help with his clothes anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a problem with that comfort level at the start.
Yeah.
Okay?
And he needs to learn how to iron.
I think our collective guidance on this is he's not being truthful with you, and there's more to this story. And since you know Shiree, my advice would be go to Shiree.
I agree.
Yeah.
Go to Shiree. You
I
know
might
her.
have to.
No, you should.
I also think it's weird that he wanted the flowers to come to his work, even though he was going to give them to you.
No, he didn't sound... Guys, come
It's
on.
all strange.
Nothing makes sense, and nothing sounded truthful to me.
It kind of makes
No,
sense.
Tanya.
I have a problem with all the way around. But you know Shiree. Go to Shiree with all this information.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lost me with the polishing of the shoes.
Listen, again,
It's all
No.
seeming a little fishy.
The whole thing.
yeah. All right, Serena, good luck on this.
Thank you.
Okay. I mean, he's making it up. Now, what does she do? No kids, 4 years. Does she get out? I think so. Let's come back. It's Kiss FM. First, going back just for a second to Ryan's Roses and the scenario here. A reason I say that this is a similar scenario to us here in the morning show is that we had to travel to Vegas for work, and years ago, engineer Jeff Tubbs was coming out of Tanya's hotel room because apparently she needed a charger. Mm-hmm. Did we buy it that morning? I don't know.
We were at the iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Right. We were doing the show in that
Yeah.
conference room downstairs.
That was fun, by the
And
way.
this,
It was so
this was on
cute.
the
Remember
top.
we did it in
Well,
our pajamas? We came down
Yeah.
in all pajamas.
September will be here before you know it. We can do it again.
Let's do it again.
We can do it again. So I don't know if we bought that story. She said she wanted a charger. He's the engineer. He went out
That
and
is
did
literally
her charger.
exactly what happened. And he didn't take off his
Yeah.
shoes
Is that what
or
happened?
his shirt.
Is that
and
what
he
happened?
dropped it off,
He has-
and that was
No,
that.
he doesn't have his headphones on in the back room. He can't. Here,
Well, he's
wait.
on his phone. So it's just good thing he's not heard this. Okay. So Tubbs, are you give him his? By the way, you're looking yoked. Are you yoked? Yoke? What is it? Yoked?
Yeah, I think it's
You're
yoked.
looking
Yeah,
yoked.
yoked. Thank you.
Yoked?
I've been lifting.
What are you
Tubbs
doing?
is a good-looking guy. Like, look at him.
Easy.
He is.
Thank you.
Easy. Feed the ego. Feed the ego. No, but what are you doing differently? Because you are putting more muscle on than I've seen.
I started a lifting regimen. It's taken a couple months, but I'm starting to see some.
Who's Regimen?
results.
When did you meet Regimen? How is he?
I got a squat rack, so I've been squatting and lifting heavy for a couple of months, 3 days a week.
Well, I'm going to regret
paying off.
saying this, but it's paying off. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm regretting
it's paying
saying it, but it's paying off.
I mean, in case
So
you're
that's what I need, a
wondering.
squat rack.
Where are the beaches?
Oh my
Where's
gosh,
the
beach is
beach?
that way over there.
Put yourself away.
I mean, Popeye.
Just put yourself in
What's
the
up?
cabinet. Put yourself
I've been eating spinach over here.
We quickly, I know you didn't have your headphones in until now, but why were you leaving Tanya's room years ago at the iHeartRadio Music
She
Festival?
needed an iPhone charger.
Yeah,
and
that's the story
I
they're
try
both
to
sticking
just
to.
provide support to the staff when they need it.
Not
I mean,
story.
but
That's exactly what it
It's
was.
so rehearsed when we ask either one of you.
It's so contrived.
I know.
Why would we
Just
lie?
like this guy on the phone.
It's fine.
Just like,
And it wasn't at 3 in the
Okay,
morning.
Tubbs.
It was like 8:30.
Oh my gosh. But
Guys,
you know, this
why
is
would we lie? We were both
That's the
single.
creatine
That's what I'm saying.
talking.
This was at the height of both of your singleton lives.
yeah, I can't. All right, put yourself away, Tubbs.
All right.
Okay, and put your shirt.
By the way, something else we should ask Tubbs later. I noticed on his fiance's Instagram that they have a butterfly farm in their backyard.
Oh my God.
They're growing
Well, that I
butterflies.
love.
There's caterpillars. And there's
Oh
and he's
Are you
like
farming
he's like
butterflies?
a butterfly dad.
Yeah.
Butterfly daddy.
That's
And
Yeah.
we're like-
attractive
he
to
was
me.
like, this caterpillar is ready to go. Look, he's about to make a cocoon.
Yeah. We hatch
But see-
monarch butterflies.
I love it so much.
But think of this formula. Look at this formula. He's mastered this formula, right? I'm getting yoked on the squat rack, but I'm raising butterflies. It's got it
It's
all.
beautiful.
It's rigid and sweet. It's heartfelt and tough.
Oh
Get out of
Contrast.
here.
my gosh.
Go. Don't need that. Anyway, the same scenario with this guy on the phone.
It's not
He
the
sound rehearsed.
same.
He sound contrived. Yes, he was coming out of the coworker's hotel room.
With his
shoes were in
shirt
his hand. His shirt was
unbuttoned
unbuttoned.
and shoes
Fine.
in his hand.
The point is, I didn't believe him. I don't think many people did. So here's the deal. He was caught coming out of the hotel room, shoes in hand, shirt unbuttoned, fine. He said he was in there, a coworker needed to iron a shirt for the presentation. Why are his shoes in his hand? So I'm going to just go to the place where we think something's going on. They've been married for 4 years. He and his wife, Serena.
Yeah.
They have no kids. Out, right? Done. Go. Any reason to stay? Any reason to
No,
work
I
it
think
out?
it's completely inappropriate. I would feel awkward
I
if
agree.
if Mark had to come and iron his shirt in my room and then he just stood there shirtless.
No, you wouldn't. And Michael wouldn't care. If
I know
Mark
Michael
needed
wouldn't
to-
care, but I just think it's weird. I think his wife would care. I think it's just an uncomfortable. But if we were all at the pool, everyone, then that's a different story because we're at the pool and we're in bathing suits. But in a closed door,
I wouldn't even
room,
want Tubbs at the pool the way he looks now.
Why are you intimidated by Tubbs?
Yeah, what's happening?
This sounds like intimidation. This is
Remember as your voice cracks? Yes.
This is pure envy and jealousy, not intimidation. All right, there you go. Ryan's Roses.